How do we explain this surplus of sadism during this period in Russia? It wasn't just Stalin doing all these heinous things. If you include informants, probably millions of people who are implicated in this whole ghoulish regime. So is this just a latent thing that is true in any society and Stalin was able to exploit it? Or
So here's your answer. On the one hand, there's ideology and the importance of ideology, right? We may think that no one really believes the ideology, that the ideology is too ridiculous. It's too disproven by facts in life. We're too smart, and they couldn't have been as stupid. They had to be smart like us and not believe these crazy fairy tales about it. In fact, it's wrong. They do believe the ideology, and they're young. They're young people. And so a story of the evil of capitalism. You have World War I. Millions of people die. Like, for what? Why are those millions of people being killed? The flower of European youth, and then many colonial armies get drawn in because of European imperialism. Young people, the future of those countries, go to their senseless deaths. What's that about? It's about imperialism. It's about capitalism. And so that's evil, and we must overcome that. And so there's a way in which life experience, as well as the fervor of youth, let's build a new world today rather than wait for tomorrow. Let's be impatient. Let's eradicate capitalism. Let's bring about socialism. Let's bring about socialism, meaning end war and imperialism. Achieve abundance for everybody so that it's not just the haves and the have-nots, but everybody's got something. And in the process, let's make my little life world historical. So here I am, just a little activist with a red star on my cap. And my life means nothing, except if I'm a participant in building a new world, in a world historical process that's going to end exploitation, that's going to end haves and have-nots.
But do you think that those I get if you're a middle bureaucrat in the Communist Party, sure. Do you think that explains the motivation of an interrogator in a gulag? Like that they're like, oh, this is part of the end goal of communism.
There's a big story here, which is about how we're building a new world, and there are people against that because they're the bourgeoisie, or they're the fools who are doing the bourgeoisie's business on behalf of the bourgeoisie, right? They're duped into false consciousness.
But in many of these cases, they know that they're the ones orchestrating this sort of show trial, this cynical game where they know that they just picked up a random person in the dead of night.
They know that there are enemies out there. They know that this process has people who are against it. That's a given. Who are the people who are against it? You see, they're masking their true feelings. They're hiding behind professions of loyalty. When in fact, when the hour of crisis comes and there's a war, they will be the saboteurs behind the lines,
but why
the fifth column. And so it might be that some of them are innocent that you're arresting, but some of them are clearly going to be guilty as well. And so to get the guilty, you have to somehow manage to deal with your victimizing people who are likely innocent and you may know are innocent, but you also know to your bone marrow that some people out there are enemies. It's hard to identify and find them, so you're overcompensating a little bit to make sure that you get every last enemy. Again, it's a crazy idea to us. It makes no sense to us. But a lot of things make no sense that people believe in.
If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full episode here and subscribe for more clips. Thanks.